Every day I get some money, every day we blowing gas. Every day we in the mall, every day we blowing cash. I do this every day. Every day I do this shit. It's just an ordinary day. Every day I get some money, every day we blowing gas. Every day we in the mall, every day we blowing cash. I do this every day. Every day I do this shit. It's just an ordinary day.
What up, it's your boy Face from Flight School TV, and I'm here with Chicago's own Ron Lewis, man. Definitely need to get in tune with this brand if you're not familiar already. But so where we at right now?
We at basically a private studio I work out of. I'm a resident designer here at Supply Locale. That's located on Division. It's like Wicker area.
1418
West Division Street.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely get in tune with this environment. It's nothing but good vibes in here. But today I'm here to speak directly to my man Ron and his brand Farrah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just to give a backstory to the brand. A lot of people, I see it in a lot of places. That's how I got in tune with it, because I feel it's my job to know what's going on in the city that I'm in. And I've definitely noticed that you trending in the right direction. Okay. And I like the design, like the thought process that seemed to go in behind your brand. Okay. So how long have you been doing your thing as far as designing?
I would say all my life, but taking it seriously probably about 3 or 4 years.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? So what was the initial spark that got you even into the clothing fashion lane? Like you said all your life, so early on you must have had like the fashion bug, like you want to get fly and things like that.
I wasn't like too into it, but I would alter my clothes because I was always like smaller than everybody else. And the things that I like, they didn't make in my size. So I would like get bigger things and like ask like my grandma, or like try to cut and like hand sew it or like put it back together. It was terrible, but I was like altering early.
Yeah, so you could kind of say like your passion for fashion came from out of necessity a little bit. Yeah. That's a different approach that I normally hear. So, all right, you started getting into like altering your own clothes. When did you like see it like, man, you know what? I wanna do this. Like this this is my lane. Like I can find my way in it.
When I think back like on my story, it's like almost like destiny. I probably like really got into it when I went to high school, and I was like, okay, I see all the fresh dudes getting all the girls that I like, so I need to, step it up a little bit. And long story short, I ended up like taking the class because a girl was in there I was trying to holler at.
That's usually the motivation. That's usually the motivation.
She was taking a clothing construction class, and I like found out through my counselor, because I was like, I need to change my class. Art, I was in art. I was like, art's too easy, like it's boring. I want to challenge myself. So he like, it's all girls in there. Like, you sure you want to do it? And I'm like, yeah. So he switched me out, and I made like my first piece. I was like flying through it. You know how you rush through work to like do what you want to do? I was flying through it, and my teacher was like, no, you actually got a talent for this. Like, this is good, even though you like rushing through it. Because I was like a semester behind, but I caught up. So long story short, we had our project where I made a pair of pajamas, and I gave them to like my best friend, and like just seeing her like enjoy like something that I made from scratch, I just fell in love with that feeling.
Kind of found your identity.
Yeah, I like, this is it. This is what I want to do.
So it kind of like you stumbled on it by accident almost. Yeah, that's what's up. So like just to give a more in-depth story about you personally, like how would you describe like your childhood and everything growing up? Like,
it was I had a great childhood, but I was around street, like rough. I lived in a rough area.
It's kind of hard to escape that when you live in Chicago. If y'all don't know.
So it was like I was good. Like my parents, we was like we was alright. We wasn't like poor or nothing like that. But due to that, I had to fight a lot and defend my my stuff.
Exactly.
From people trying to take, and like I said, I was small. So I kind of like got involved with, you know, things just to protect myself.
Right.
Like, to keep it
out of necessity. And a lot of these neighborhoods that we grow up in, it's just a lack of resources. So everybody's just trying to get theirs. And that's just how a natural course of life go sometimes in a lot of situations. So you experiencing all these things and you still had the mindset to not fully go left. You see what I'm saying? Like, you could have, from what I'm listening to, it sounds like you could have easily turned out a different way.
I'm gonna be honest with you, what really clicked in my mind, because I didn't know, like, beyond my neighborhood. Yeah. So my goals was to be like my fathers and my uncles and who he kicked it with, who was like drug dealers, and like that was, I wanted to be the biggest drug dealer in the neighborhood.
That's our role models when we growing up. We don't have anything else to see.
So when we end up moving to the suburbs, that's when it clicked. Cause I saw other blacks.
Like which suburbs? South suburbs?
South suburbs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I saw grass. I never seen like people had lawns and stuff like that. I mean, we had lawns in the city, but where I grew up, it wasn't like,
it was all dirt. Stepped on.
It was like dirt and rocks. So that really was like, dang, you know, like, okay, how can I get this? Or like, how can I? So it kind of, me moving to the suburbs changed my mindset.
Yeah, and that's why, that's another message that I always try to convey in my interviews. You can never waste money traveling, because the experiences that you take in, a lot of times, like for instance, I interviewed Platinum from Meridian. And he got 2 stores downtown Chicago. And when I was sitting there listening to his story, he was like, man, he was born in the Bahamas, traveled North Carolina, South Carolina, Atlanta, all these, Miami, all these different places.
I never knew that.
And so that's what I'm saying. I discovered a lot, and I'm sitting there processing everything he's saying, and I had to ask the question, like, so basically it sounds like you soaked up all your experiences in this community and this culture, and they come out through his designs. And I can really see that you pay attention to a lot that's going on too, because I can't help but notice in your approach to your designs, it seems like the philosophy less is more. And what's the thought process behind that?
I never been into like flashy, gaudy stuff. I'm not a flashy dude, but I like things that's like great quality. You know what I'm saying? So I was like,
you know,
like I make sure, like, yo,
this feel
my guys
good,
here make sure that don't wash off. You know what I'm saying? Like they put a lot of time into like wash tests and you know, so. I never really thought about it like that, but I'm not like a super flashy dude.
I can tell, because you know, like a lot of companies, they want to put their logo everywhere, like just hues and glitter, diamonds, you know what I'm saying, rhinestones.
Which is cool.
It worked for a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, because everybody needs to have their own lane. So I'll talk to those people too, and I appreciate what they bring to the table, but at the same time, I can step back and appreciate something that's simple and good quality.
Wear with different stuff.
Exactly, you know, something that you can wear to anywhere. I can throw this shirt on and step to the club, or I can throw this shirt on and just, you know what I'm saying, go chill with the guys for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely some everyday wear, and I can definitely feel the quality in this shirt, man. I definitely support the brand and what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? That's why I had to make sure I stop by and talk to you for a little bit. But so, like, as far as like your brand, how did you start off? Did you start off with just shirts, or did you start out like doing designs for other companies, or did you have like jeans? How did you get going?
I actually started out just doing custom cut and sew pieces in general. When I first got into design, I thought like, what's gonna separate my t-shirt from somebody else's? And I was like, you know what? I got the ability to sew. Why don't I just do hands-on, you know, garments? I recently just got into prints and tees and stuff like that when I met the guys here, because it's unique. Like I said, they have a real quality approach. So it took me time to find. It's probably other, you know, but it's none that's like here. Where they'll sit down with me and we can discuss ideas and actually get like unique products done. So I just started doing it maybe this summer. And then my cut and sew slows down a little bit when it gets warm out. because
Yeah.
people don't need like extra
Right,
layers.
exactly.
So I'm like, yeah, let me get them something people could just come in.
Yeah, but
Grab and rock
just
the key.
listening to that,
Yeah.
it go to a lot of another point that I always make with my audience is just like the first thing you said was, how can I be different?
Yeah, yeah.
When we living in a generation where everybody want to be like the next person.
Yeah.
You see one successful colorway, the next
Right.
thing you know,
Everybody.
all these under brands is just popping up with the same colorways, and you cannot directly identify to this. Not saying not singling anybody
Yeah,
out,
no.
but just from what you can tell you,
Yeah.
just sit back and see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that approach is another reason that I feel like you is definitely on the right track, because you
Appreciate
already
that.
got the mind state of, I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to stand out and do my own thing, and my self-identity is important.
Man, appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. That's something I definitely recognize, and that's why another reason why it's important for me to sit down with Ron Lewis, you feel me, and Farrah Brand. Y'all need to get in tune. But just continuing on the conversation, like, what would you consider your first moment of success? Like, you've been doing it for a while now. What moment would you look back and say, man, that moment right there it changed like a lot of things that I got going on?
Man, I got a lot of catalyst like actions and things that happened, but I would say the first one was when me and Dreezy linked up.
If y'all don't know, that's one of the hottest Chicago rappers. I ain't even gonna just say females. She cold. Y'all need to
Bars.
check her out, definitely.
Wordplay, bars.
Yeah, for sure.
But when me and her linked up and we started making like stuff make sense. Like, okay, we're gonna make this outfit for this versus me just making random pieces for like everything.
So you was almost like in the lane of a stylist.
Almost.
Yeah, kind of like a
almost.
stylist in
Yeah.
that moment.
Almost, yeah. Like we was doing custom pieces, and she started introducing me to like other acts that was coming up, like King Louie, and then it really just spread from there. So really just linking up with Dreezy on some business.
Man, shout out to Dreezy
Yeah,
supporting local brands, man.
Big time.
That's something that we definitely preach on this platform.
Yeah.
Spend your money where it's appreciated, where you know where your dollars is going. Hey, why make a millionaire a billionaire when you can put some money in your backyard and support your community and still look fly while you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? So understand that part.
Yeah.
But I noticed you brought up the fact that you was with you connected with Dreezy on the level.
Yeah.
Then you connected with King Louie. I
Yeah.
noticed just by doing my little research or whatever, I noticed that you did a little run with King Louie, like as far as like his tour merch. How was that
Oh yeah,
experience?
you do your research.
Yeah, you know, I don't want to come in here blind. I don't walk in no situation blind. I gotta know a
You
little
do your
something.
research.
Gotta know a little something.
No, when I met him, he just, loved my stuff and supported. He had said something that stood out to me. It was like probably the third time I met him, and he was like, "Man, I really want to see you win," and it just stood out to me. So I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna make sure I put him in some hot stuff." And we just kept building a relationship. And then his manager hit me and was like, "We going on tour. Can you do some teas?" And I'm like, "I don't know." So I just ended up like connecting with the resources
That's dope,
that I
right?
had. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
my
then
guy.
I actually cut like some quilted material I was using at the time and like put them on the sleeves and at the bottom and gave it to
I was
him.
actually seeing that. That was real slick, man.
Yeah.
The black joint
Yeah,
with when you had the
yeah.
bottom.
That
drop.
was what was going on during the time. Like the
Yeah.
extended tees.
Yeah, that was real slick. I see a lot of that trend trying to come back right now
Low
too.
key, yeah, actually.
whole time. But so like as far as like people, well-known people that you work with, you would say I've definitely seen you do something with Valet too.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. He good music family, you know, another Chicago artist emerging, doing his
brother.
thing, big things right now.
Yeah.
And I also seen him do a collaboration with Fat Tiger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, just to see the environment of Chicago, where it's like less like, oh, you from over there, I'm from over here. It's more so inclusive and getting better and trending towards the right
That's what we
direction
aiming
also.
for. That's what I like. That's a big book in my book bag that I carry. Like, I feel like that's super important. Like, cause we all we got, man, for real.
Facts.
Like people coming here, they seeing what's going on, they taking it to the next level, excluding the people that's coming up with these ideas. So it's important for me to represent Chicago, and I got to show it with my actions by like really trying to create this environment of unity. Like that's important to me.
Straight up, because those images that get put out is very important. Not so much as far as like, oh, I just want to show who I'm with. You know what I'm saying? Stick your chest out in that manner, but it connect on a deeper level when you start thinking about it really, because like you got shorties that look up to these rappers and these entertainers, and if they looking at these entertainers and what they wearing Gucci all the time, or they was Prada or whatever, you know, you feel me? Like that's what they gonna identify with. Compared to you got King Louie, Dreezy, you got Valet, you know, getting fly, wearing this designer, you feel me? Like, then that put images in their mind like, damn, where that company at? Oh, it's right here. And it just spread awareness and create a community that we need to have, because we don't need to. I don't got anything against those companies, cause I wear them sometimes. I got Louie kicks at the crib, and you know I got Gucci and all that, but I wear that on different occasions. But I also got, you know what I'm saying, some Pharaoh on, you feel me? I got Leaders on, I got Veyron Calinari, I got Frost Originals, I got, you know, Joe Fresh, I got Fat Tiger Works, you feel me? I got a Fat Fashion Geeks, you know, shout out to Zoe now. But I got a wide variety, and when you see like these entertainers and rappers wearing your brand, it changed the conversation to what's cool. Because we so misled to think this is more cool than this, but whole time you using the same material. It's the same material. It just got a different, you know what I'm saying, approach to it. But it's the same material. These don't get finessed out here. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you. Don't get finessed.
We can see your finesse. Finesse.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna get a shirt like this, good material, something that you know is fly, and you supporting the crib. But at the same time, it's no less than what you might cop that Nordstrom's or whatever. You feel me? Nothing against those brands, just speaking it real.
Might be better.
Exactly. So definitely know that part. So just keeping the conversation moving, what do you see your brand going? Like, as far as like, if you can sit here and just be like, you know what, I can see myself doing this, and that's the move.
I'm really focused on branding. Like, I feel like right now clothes is just a part of like the whole vision that I have with Farrah. You know, like
during this conversation, I definitely wouldn't limit you to just shirts or something like that.
Like I want to do, like I'm into, like I direct videos sometimes. Like I want to get into, you know, just interior design, just everything. Like you guys can come to us and put your house together. Like that's what I'm on.
Come get some of the sauce, you feel me? Get a little sticky, you feel me? But definitely, man, that's something that I can definitely see, because you don't strike me as just like, oh, I'm gonna put these shirts together.
Or even working with other brands, like I just wanna be, you know, someone who takes what I think is dope and take it to the next level in my way. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Because it seemed like you just basically want to explore all levels of your creativity and just get your thoughts out. Yeah, that's definitely dope, man. I definitely support that, man, and y'all should too if y'all don't already. Definitely get in tune. Can you get the people your social media so they can find you after this?
I'm on Instagram at Ron_Louie, Louis, and then I'm on Twitter at Ron_Louie_. Yeah, that's all I got. I don't have Snapchat.
And if the people looking at this right now, like, man, I really want one of them shirts, bro. Like, they really like and want to support you. Where can they go? They can go to your Instagram for that.
Yeah. Okay. So I got the website link in my bio on Instagram, and I think I got it on Twitter too. But really, besides online, we're gonna be doing pop-ups here. Like for people to come and actually get a sense and an idea.
Yeah, sometimes they gotta feel
it and actually see who they shopping with and buy from. So really just trying to come up with unique ways to selling, you know, merchandise and giving people experience. So this would be the spot to pick up.
And one thing I definitely encourage about pop-ups is the cross promotion of brands.
Yeah.
And at the same time showing unity inside this little
that's what we do
environment. Yeah, exactly. I peeped that because you got Ferry right there, you got Shop Locale right there, and it's definitely a coming together type thing, where it ain't just like, oh, I'm over here, I got my brand over here, you got yours over there, cool, we stay on each other's sides, stay off each other's sides, but it's more so an inclusive thing, and that's good for the city right now, man. We need more of that, definitely. So definitely get in tune with Ron Lewis, man. I just want to thank you for giving me the time, bro. For real. I appreciate the time and you sitting down with me, and that's Flight School TV, man. Be on the lookout for a lot more, man. Ron Lewis.